You have done the vision boards. You have written the affirmations. You have spent hours visualizing the life you desire, feeling it with every fiber of your being. And yet, you look at your reality, and it remains stubbornly, frustratingly the same. You are told to think positive, to raise your vibration, to want it more. But what if the entire model you have been sold is incomplete? What if there is a crucial, non-negotiable step that has been left out of almost every popular teaching on manifestation? That missing step is called collapse. This is the bridge between the mystical realm of potential and the solid world of your experience. To understand this, we must turn to the strange and beautiful world of quantum physics. In the quantum realm, before a particle is observed, it does not exist in a single place. It exists as a wave of pure potential, a superposition of all its possible locations at once. It is everywhere and nowhere. It is only when an observer focuses their attention on it, when a measurement is made, that this wave of potentiality collapses into a single, concrete particle in a specific location. You are that observer, and your life is that wave of potential. The life you desire, the abundance, the love, the health, it already exists as a possibility in the quantum field. But so do infinite other possibilities. The reason your reality isn't changing is that you are moment by moment unintentionally collapsing the same reality you have always known. The missing piece isn't about wishing harder. It's about understanding how to consciously and deliberately direct the collapse. So how do you direct it? The answer is not in your thoughts alone. It is in your embodied state. The quantum field does not respond to what you want. It responds to who you are being. Your desires exist as waves of potential, waiting for a signal. But you are constantly broadcasting a signal that is collapsing a reality based on your dominant state. The familiar alignment of your identity, your emotions, and your nervous system. You may visualize wealth for 10 minutes, but if you spend the other 23 hours and 50 minutes embodying a state of lack, worry, and stress, which reality do you think will collapse? The field doesn't care about your 10-minute vacation. It responds to your full-time residence. This isn't a metaphor. It's physics. The famous double-slit experiment proved that the very act of observation changes matter. When scientists were not looking, particles acted like waves, spreading out in a pattern of pure probability. But the moment they set up a detector to observe which slit the particle went through, the wave collapsed, and the particle behaved like a solid piece of matter, choosing a single path. Your focused, embodied attention, your state of being, is that detector. It is the force that commands the waves of potential in your life to collapse into a particle of experience. The critical question you must ask yourself is this: is your attention, your observation, focused on the limitations of your past or on the possibilities of your future? You do not attract what you want. You attract what you are. This is perhaps the most misunderstood principle in all of creation. Your reality is a perfect mirror of your identity. The universe is not an external entity you plead with. It is a field of consciousness that responds to the energetic signature you broadcast. If your core identity is one of someone who struggles, who is unworthy, who is never quite enough, you can chant affirmations of abundance until you are blue in the face. The field will bypass the words and respond directly to the frequency of your being, delivering more experiences that validate your core belief of struggle and unworthiness. This is why true creation is always an inside job. It has nothing to do with changing the world out there, and everything to do with changing yourself in here. The primary obstacle is your subconscious mind. Neuroscience tells us that 95% of who you are by age 35 is a set of memorized behaviors, emotional reactions, and unconscious beliefs. This program runs your life on autopilot. You consciously desire a future of freedom, but your subconscious programming, wired from a past of limitation, is running the show. Your body's nervous system has become habituated to the familiar feelings of your past, the anxiety, the guilt, the fear. It knows that chemistry. It is comfortable there, even if it is painful. So when you try to feel abundant or joyful, your body rebels. It sends signals to your brain saying, "This is unfamiliar. This is unsafe. let's go back to what we know. The real work, then, is not to chase a new reality. It is to decondition the old self and recondition the body to a new mind, a new identity. It is the sacred process of making the unfamiliar familiar. The mechanism that directs this collapse, the force that turns potential into reality, is coherence. Coherence is the state of being when your thoughts are aligned with your feelings, when your heart and your brain are in rhythmic harmony, and when your entire energetic signature is broadcasting a clear, stable, and powerful signal into the field. When you are in a state of stress, fear, or doubt, you are incoherent. Your thoughts are one thing, your feelings another. You send a messy, chaotic signal to the field, and you get a messy, chaotic reality back. But when you can generate and sustain a state of coherence, a state of elevated emotion like gratitude, joy, or love, combined with a clear intention, you are broadcasting the most powerful creative signal in the universe. This creates a phenomenon known as quantum resonance. Just as one tuning fork can cause another to vibrate at the same frequency without touching it, your coherent energetic signature resonates with the corresponding potential in the quantum field. It doesn't have to chase it or earn it. It simply activates it. It calls it into being. The first and most practical step to achieving this is through your breath. Coherent breathing, such as inhaling for 5 seconds and exhaling for 5 seconds, is a powerful tool to regulate your nervous system. It pulls you out of the survival-based fight or flight mode of the sympathetic nervous system and into the creative, restful state of the parasympathetic nervous system. This simple act tells your body it is safe. It creates physiological coherence, quieting the noise of the old self and creating a clear channel for the new one to emerge. The second step is to use your imagination not as an escape, but as a rehearsal. From a neurological standpoint, your brain does not know the difference between an experience you are actually having and one you are vividly imagining. When you close your eyes and truly rehearse the reality you desire, seeing the sights, hearing the sounds, and most importantly, feeling the emotions, you are installing new neurological hardware. You are building the brain circuits of your future self before the physical evidence has arrived. You are teaching your body, on a cellular level, what that future feels like. This is not daydreaming. This is biological and neurological conditioning. Let's go deeper. Your body is your subconscious mind. Decades of repeated thoughts and feelings have conditioned your body to become the mind. If you have spent 30 years worrying, your body has developed a chemical addiction to the hormones of stress, like cortisol. It literally craves that familiar state. This is why change feels so difficult. When you try to feel peace or gratitude, your body's cells, which have been so accustomed to the chemistry of worry, effectively say, "What is this? This isn't us." And they send a signal to the brain demanding the familiar drug of anxiety. This biological resistance is the true barrier to manifestation. You are literally fighting an addiction to your old self, but here is the power you hold. Your state of being is the domain of epigenetics. Epigenetics is the science of how your environment and your consciousness can signal your genes to express themselves differently. You are not a victim of your genetic destiny. Your elevated emotions, like love and gratitude, literally switch on genes for health, growth, and repair. States of fear and stress switch on genes for disease and inflammation. By changing your internal state, you are the genetic engineer of your own body. You are changing your physical reality from the inside out. This is not New Age philosophy. This is modern science catching up to ancient wisdom. The great mystic Neville Goddard taught to assume the feeling of the wish fulfilled. He understood that the secret was not to ask for something, but to become the person who already has it. The Bible states, "To him who has, more will be given." This is not a judgment. It is a law of physics. If you have the embodied state of abundance, more experiences of abundance must collapse around you. If you have the embodied state of lack, more experiences of lack must be given. The ancient Vedanta philosophy declares, "Aham Brahmasmi," I am the universe. This is the ultimate truth. You are not a tiny separate self begging a vast universe for favors. You are the consciousness of the universe itself, choosing which aspect of its infinite potential to experience through the focus of your being. The greatest challenge is overcoming incoherence, the gap between your conscious desire for a new future and your body's subconscious addiction to the emotions of your past. You send out a weak signal for love, but your body is screaming a powerful signal of unworthiness. The field can only respond to the dominant frequency. Your entire work is to close that gap. The most potent time to close this gap and reprogram your subconscious is in the moments just before you fall asleep. As you drift off, your brainwaves slow down from the active beta state to the suggestible alpha and theta states. The theta state is the language of the subconscious mind. This is your golden opportunity. Instead of replaying the worries of your day, which only reinforces your old identity, you must consciously and deliberately choose to embody your future. Lie in bed and ask yourself, how would I feel if my dream was already my reality? And then, do not just think about it. Generate that feeling in your body. Feel the gratitude flooding your heart. Feel the freedom in your nervous system. Feel the wholeness of being loved. Let that feeling be the last thing you are conscious of before you drift into sleep. You are marinating your subconscious mind in the chemistry of your future for 8 hours. This practice alone can change your life. Then, you must reinforce this new identity with micro habits throughout your day. Your new self is built not in grand gestures, but in small, consistent choices. Ask yourself, how would the healthy, abundant, loved version of me act right now? Would they complain about traffic, or would they use that time to breathe and feel gratitude? Would they mindlessly scroll through social media, or would they read something that expands their mind? Each small choice is a vote for your new identity. It is you, proving to your body and the universe that you are no longer the old self. You are becoming someone new. I invite you now to make a commitment. What is one small micro habit? One choice you can make in the next 24 hours that is in alignment with the person you are becoming. Decide on it right now, and then share it in the comments below. By declaring it, you make it real. Let us create a powerful, coherent field of transformation together. There will come a time, after you have begun this work, when you enter what is known as the Great Void, or the dark night of the soul. This is the period between when you have successfully shifted your internal state and when the external world has caught up to reflect it. This is the ultimate test of faith. It is easy to feel abundant for 20 minutes in a meditation. It is another thing entirely to hold that state when you receive an unexpected bill or face a conflict in a relationship. Your 5 senses will scream at you that nothing has changed. They will present you with all the evidence of your old reality. This is the moment where 99% of people give up. They say, it's not working, and they revert back to their old state of being, collapsing the same old reality once again. You must understand there is a lag time. The quantum field operates outside of our linear perception of time. Your job is not to look for evidence that it is working. Your job is to be the evidence. You must fall in love with your future reality so much that you no longer need the evidence from your senses to validate your choice. You must trust the unseen reality more than you trust the seen reality. When doubt arises, and it will, do not fight it. Doubt is simply a withdrawal symptom. It is the body, addicted to the old emotions, crying out for its familiar chemical fix of fear or lack. See it for what it is. Acknowledge the feeling. Thank your body for trying to keep you safe in the familiar past. And then, gently and firmly, with the power of your will, return your awareness to the feeling of your wish fulfilled. Use your breath. Recall a powerful memory of gratitude. Your discipline in these moments is what separates the conscious creator from the unconscious victim. The ultimate goal is to move from occasionally practicing these states to permanently living in them. It ceases to be a technique you do and becomes the identity you inhabit. You are no longer trying to manifest wealth. You have become an abundant person, and wealth is the natural byproduct of your being. You are no longer trying to attract love. You have become love, and loving relationships are the inevitable reflection. At this point, the collapse becomes automatic and effortless. You are no longer trying to create your life. You are simply allowing the truth of who you are to be expressed and reflected back to you. You are living as the collapse. Let this sink in. You are not a victim of your circumstances. You are the observer, collapsing infinite waves of potential into the single experience you call your life. This immense power operates not through your fleeting thoughts or desperate wishes, but through the coherent, energetic signature of your embodied state. You are manifesting who you are being in every single moment of every single day. The invitation here is profound. It is a call to stop looking outside of yourself for the answers, to stop trying to manipulate matter to get what you want. The invitation is to turn inward and courageously cultivate the state of being that is already whole, already worthy, already abundant. It is a shift from the paradigm of lack and asking to the paradigm of wholeness and becoming. You hold the key. The power has never been outside of you. It is the conscious, coherent union of your heart and your mind, expressed through a body that is alive with the emotions of your future. This is what commands the field. This is what awakens the dormant potentials of reality. The journey begins now, not tomorrow, not when you feel more ready. It begins with your very next breath. I invite you to subscribe to this channel and join a community of conscious creators who are dedicated to remembering and embodying this power. And if this message has stirred something within you, share it with someone who needs to be reminded that they are not powerless, but the power itself. Remember, you are not just living in reality. You are reality, living.